This is Roger with Wheel Kinetics in Tucson, Arizona. We're selling this truck. It is a 2006 Ford F350 crew cab. Obviously it's a dual rear wheel, 6.0 turbo diesel. It's two-wheel drive, and it's a Lariat, which is leather. It has 163,000 miles on it. It's on a salvage title due to theft, not collision. Please watch our little 3-minute animated video describing how and why and whatevers about how you end up with a not wrecked truck on a salvage title. It's not wrecked, not flooded, not nothing. Basically, it's lawyers and liability issues. Once the insurance companies recover them, they do not want to see them ever again. They've already lost their you-know-whats, and they don't want someone buying this from me on a clear title, running a stop sign, lawyers finding out that Allstate sold to me on a clean title, and then I sold to you on a clean title, which implies that they know it's a good car, and then they're going to blame the brakes and Allstate or Progressive or Geico, and it unwinds, and then the 20 grand they lost on this car, this truck, soon becomes $1 million. So their way of divorcing this car is to throw the paperwork under the bus, give it a salvage title. That means that they aren't warranting anything, and that's why you get them. That's how you get a salvage title on a car that's not wrecked. This car does have some cosmetic issues I'm going to run through. When you see this, obviously we could get some touch-up paint and touch it up, but we like to kind of leave this stuff alone. Unless the vehicle needs an entire paint job because it's been keyed or whatever, we leave it alone. There's something really major. This tells you what kind of life it had when it got stolen. This usually happens from a fence, like it got too close to a fence, and you get these gouges in there. Anyway, some touch-up paint would clean that up a lot. I would not do any real paint work or body work to this truck. I mean, it's just for pulling things. There's some chips in the hood, high-speed chips. I believe we put a new front bumper. In fact, I know I did because I can tell it's brand new. And a new upper rubber part. There will be before and after pictures. You'll see how we bought it and why we put that bumper on. It'll be obvious to you. That being said, it wasn't wrecked. It was dinged up, missing, whatever. On this one, I'm not really sure. We'll have to look at the before pictures. The tires are all matching Coopers, and they look, I looked at them all before I started this video, and they look to be all about the same, about 40 or 50% tread, probably higher than that, maybe 50 or 60% tread. Like I said, a little touch-up paint would be nice. A nice little alley right there. It's not a cosmetic beauty. This is for pulling. It does have a gooseneck hitch in the bed with some sort of metal pull thing that I've never seen before. But it looks like fun. That's what I'm talking about here, that little metal loop there. I guess that'd be for dragging something. The tailgate looks to me like it's been painted before. In fact, I'm sure it has. It's actually not bad work. But I would say that someone probably had a louvered tailgate on this thing at some time. And so usually when people take their tailgates off on these things, they lay them paint down. So then they realize they ruined it, and then they painted it poorly. Anyway, I don't know if I'd call it poorly, but it's obviously not factory paint on this tailgate. So I would say that they probably took it off, put it in their garage, laid it face down, and went, oh my God, and then took it to a place that doesn't do perfect work. Took it to a place that does about 73% perfect work, and that's what you get. It's better than Mako, but not as good as a high-end paint shop would do. That being said, if you're going to do a fifth wheel, you go get yourself a louvered tailgate and take that one off again, so it doesn't really matter. And I've been looking for the obligatory fender damage. There it is. What's interesting is I missed it walking around. It's really low on there, but that's where it's at. I would go get a $10 touch-up pen for the top color, and that's all I would ever do to this thing. I wouldn't bother. You're going to save so much money on the buy itself. But there's no point in doing any real money spending on it. 161,363 miles. I'm going to open up the hood. We're going to look for Ford stamps on both fenders and on the front of both sides of the core support, just to make sure that parts haven't been replaced. And if they are, I will point that out. There's your Ford stamp on the passenger fender. The new battery on this side. There's your Ford stamp on the passenger core support. This sticker is where it belongs to the catalytic converter. Should be another stamp right there. And it is. There's a Ford stamp there. There's a Ford stamp there. And a new battery on this side. So you got two new batteries. Fenders and core support are all original, so nothing's been wrecked or replaced up here. By the way, on the driver door, you got one of these, and one of these. Like I said, touch-up paint, and then call it a day. This is not a glamour shop vehicle. All right, there's your driver rear window. They obviously stole the center console, which is very normal. We used to replace those, and then we found people trying to sell them back to us because they want their dogs to be able to pass through, or kids, or they want to be able to walk through the back. Or so we got to the point where we just stopped doing it. You can buy them on eBay if you'd like for anywhere between $100 and $250, or you can buy one at Pep Boys with weird contraptions in them for your whatever needs you have, for anywhere between $60 and $300, depending on what you need them to do. But a lot of people like not having them. Alright, all the windows and locks are working. There's a power seat on the front. Front passenger seat forward, back, up. Alright, let's go down first. We're all the way up. There's down, and there's up. And then the back seat, gotta go down, and then up. That works fine. Alright, let's see. Put this back a little bit. The seat looks in fantastic condition. A little wood package added to it. We do have a manual. We do have a wheel lock key, and we do have a lighter that was going to make a lot of noise when we drive it, so I'm going to put that in. It's always a good sign we find the lighter in the glove box. That means no one was smoking. Why you would smoke in your car is beyond me, but we all see it every day and wonder how they're alive in there. Not that I'm against smoking. I think people should be allowed to smoke wherever they want to smoke, whenever they want to smoke. But, yeah. Lock yourself in and smoke. It's kind of bizarre. Alright. Up, down, out. In. That mirror works. Out. In. Up. Down. Driver door lock, passenger door lock, everything works there. Power seat back, forward, up, down, tilt up, tilt down, tilt up, tilt down. That all works perfect. Got pedals, up and down, there's up, there's down. Tilt wheel, that works fine. Sweet. Let me move this thing out of the glare. Put a seatbelt on while I'm doing that. Alright. There we go. It's a nice truck. Okay. Okay, let's see. Get a little closer here to the action. There's your cluster. Let me see if I can get some more readings for you. The park.
Oil and filter sale going on now at O'Reilly
radio.
Auto Parts. Stop in today and get 5 quarts of peak conventional motor oil and a
steering control.
Enhanced fuel economy and engine life.
That works. Let me change the station with the... Alright. So I'm using the steering controls for that. Let's try... Let's see. Let's turn the fan up with the steering controls. Yeah, that works fine. Temperature. Let's try these. Make sure they work. Everything works there. Let's see the rear slider. That works fine. Everything's working good. Let me back up real quick here and see if the parking sensors work here. Oh, you know what? I'm too far away. I need to find a truck to back into, don't I? Too far away. So, let's see if I can... There we go. Yep, they work. All right, let's... Oh, there's tow haul on and off right there. All right, let's go for a ride. It's on a salvage title, so if you want to drive it home, you can't get insurance or plates on a salvage title. We have to take it to motor vehicles to get it inspected. So before you get here, we have to have it inspected. We charge $200 to do that. We take it to the cops. They do a level 3 inspection. Then we can get you guys a restored salvage title. That'll allow you to get plates and insurance. So that's mandatory. That's $200 if you come here to pick it up. That's mandatory. There's also a $250 dock fee, and there's taxes. Taxes are 2% city sales tax here in Tucson, plus whatever your state tax rate is. So, if you fly in from a state with a let's say a 3% tax rate, state tax rate, you're going to pay a total of 5% tax. That's our 2% plus your 3%. You're going to pay a $250 dock fee, and you're going to pay $200 to restore the title. This runs great. No vibrations. For a 1-ton, it's got a nice smooth ride too. Usually they're a little stiffer. So that's the deal. If you pay by wire and ship, all you're going to pay is the agreed upon price plus whatever your, well, actually, you're going to pay the agreed upon price plus $200 if you want us to restore the title. That's what I meant to say. Now, if you know you can get it done yourself, you're welcome to it. Just make sure that you can get it done with the truck itself, an Arizona salvage title, and a bill of sale. If you're not 100% sure, have us do it before it leaves. It's very expensive to have somebody ship it to their state and then find out they can't get it done. So just make sure you can get it done. It's only happened to 3 people in 10 years, over thousands of vehicles, but I remember all 3 of those cases like it was yesterday. And Escalade in Illinois was one of them, and boy, the thing was brand new, all right? And it was just a nightmare for that guy. So just make sure you can get it done, okay? Otherwise, have us do it. It's the cheapest thing you'll ever do in your life when you're done with it. Make sure you get a deposit. Once we have a deposit, we have a deal. We'll put your name in a banner over the truck at wheelkinetics.com, and it'll be yours. Until then, it is for sale. Lastly, these vehicles have miles on them and years on them that are put them out of warranty. The Ford engineers said X amount of years, X amount of miles for a reason. They don't know what's going to happen after that many miles and that many years. So if they don't know, how do we? Okay? There's risk involved here. If you're not willing to take on some risk, do not buy this truck. Okay? Please be smart with what you're doing. We don't know what's going to happen to this thing in a month. There's no way we could. The Ford guys don't know. So how do we? Okay? So please be smart. All right? If you need risk-free, buy a new one. They're about 60 grand. All right? Thank you.